And I'm not the kind of person to use the word hero lightly, but I did save my son's life in this video.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
So one of the cool things about vlogging is you don't always notice things or remember things the first time around, but then when you go back and relive it, you see things that you didn't even notice the first time. Level 1.
This is a different.
Oh, this is an Otis. This is an Otis elevator.
What's Otis?
Otis is a good quality elevator. I always feel safe. I always feel safe when I'm in an Otis elevator, or as they say in Spanish, Otis. An Otis. How do you say elevator in Spanish?
Otis. Otis.
Oh, I don't know. So one example of that is, Mason, pull your pants up. Someone could walk in here. One example of that was when we went to Boise like a year ago. So we went to Boise and we were doing a pool session in the hotel like we're about to do now. And it wasn't until when I got home and was looking at the vlog footage and editing it, I was doing some clips in slow motion of Mason jumping in the pool. So what I noticed was that Mason was jumping into the water, plugging his nose, and then right when he hit the water, he would let go. I noticed it on one clip, and then I noticed on every single clip, every time Mason jumped in the water, same thing. Plugs his nose, hits the water, and lets go. And one would think, like, you could argue that the most important, or the only reason why you plug your nose is for the water impact, to protect it then. But Mason didn't think that.
Where's the pool?
I don't know. Does it have a pool? Do they even have a pool?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're on the right level.
Let's try going up a pool.
Okay. We may have gotten off on the wrong level. Hold on, wait. Located on the second floor, pool and spa. We gotta go up a floor. So then watching the video, I realized that the only reason Mason, who was 4 at the time, the only reason he even was plugging his nose was because Lillian and Lucas were plugging their nose. He didn't know why. He didn't know it was because keeping the water out of your nose. He just thought it's cool. Oh, brother and sister are plugging their nose when they jump in the water. So he plugs it and then lets go. Is this another Otis? Yeah, all right, we got another Otis elevator.
Oh wait,
sorry.
no, it's called an Owen elevator.
So we'll check and see this time if Mason still plugs his nose the whole time or just part of the time when he jumps in the water. What, Mason?
Make sure you yell. I mean, phones up this, yeah.
Come on.
Did you guys bring the key to get in?
No, you were supposed to. Alright, Dad, we'll hold it for you.
So I forgot the key, so I have to go back. Good thing this hallway isn't super long. We are on the exact opposite side of where we came in. We're pretty much in the furthest possible room from the entrance. Top floor, all the way in the back corner.
Come on. Sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage off instinct.
So anyways, I always thought that was really funny and precious of Mason, that he was so little that he didn't know why everyone was plugging their nose, but he just wanted to do it too. If it wasn't for vlogging, I never would have noticed that. I never would have paid attention because he did it so fast. There's no way I would have noticed. So
Nathan!
So when I was a kid, I used to be able to jump and fit in between these. I don't know, we'll see if I still can. Yeah, Mason! Well, I'm just about done editing this video, and before I post it, I just thought I'd take a second to offer a little bit of side commentary, give a little bit of background, and kind of share what I noticed. Not in the moment, but after editing and watching the footage over and over, something that just kind of hit me. A little bit of background. Mason is 5 years old. He can't swim very well, or at all. He can kind of swim. Like, he could swim for a few seconds and then he kind of starts to sink. He can't swim. He could swim, but just not well enough to stay alive. And that's our fault as parents. I feel really bad that I haven't got him swim lessons. We only go swimming like this when we go to a hotel. Basically is the only time we ever go swimming. So there hasn't been a lot of time for him to master the art of keeping your head above water. But Mason saw me throwing Lillian in the air, doing a few backflips, so he wanted to do it. Obviously the safest place to do it would be for me to flip him into the deep end where he couldn't swim, which is no problem. I flipped him in the deep end, he'd start to sink, and then I'd run over and get him, no big deal. At some point, after a couple of times, I told Mason, I was like, okay, when you hit the water, don't move your arms or legs. It'll be easier for me to grab you if you're just sitting still under the water, and I can grab you easier. So he would just let himself sink to the bottom of the pool, and then I would come and grab him and pull him out, and we would do it all over again. And it kind of just hit me editing this. It just kind of hit me how much faith and trust he has in me. I mean, if somebody asked you, knowing that you can't swim, if somebody asked you to throw yourself into the deep end of a pool and then just sit there and wait, and then we'll come and get you, would you be willing to do that? I mean, something could happen. I mean, an ice cream truck could have drove by and I could have like got distracted and taken off or something. But Mason had so much faith and trust in me that he was willing to let me throw him into the deep end of the pool, knowing full well that if he is ever going to be able to get back out of the water, if he's ever going to be able to take another breath, is completely out of his control. And then it just kind of hit me how much faith and trust he has in me, that I would save him. And I'm not the kind of person to use the word hero lightly, but I did save my son's life in this video like 13 times. Look at me.
How cute.